Hey everyone, this is Crystal, and this is part 46 of the Human Journal. In this journal, I'm going to be discussing about police and some of the stuff that I've been seeing on YouTube recently, and along with the whole thing with the whole thing that a lot of people here in the U.S., a lot of people, I would say a good number of people, not everybody, but a good number of people are starting to really see the holes in the system that we put together. Meaning a lot of people are going about claiming their sovereignty. And what else? Some stuff that I'm starting to see. I don't know, it's starting to see a trend here on YouTube about people, a good number of people are refusing to show ID when a police asks. Like one of those, either that or a checkpoint, stuff like that. And a lot of people are starting to stand up about the whole government, this, you could call it corporate America, which is basically a corporation. But I'm starting to see a lot of people are taking the step into claiming who they are. Meaning it's just affirming who you are, but it's a process. It's a process. And in this journal I want to talk about police. I know I talk about police in my earlier clips, cops and robbers, and I talk about police in my other clips outside the Human Journal series, which is called Crystal Thoughts on Authority. And I did some other clips about that. And, I've been watching a lot of clips. People are standing up against the police. And, I made a clip, one of my, I think it was part 44 of the Human Journal. I think it was part 44, but anyway, I call that America's Monopoly. That journal I was talking about how basically what the government really is a corporation, a bankrupt corporation, and basically everybody's born here in the U.S. is basically your parents sign your papers or whatever to give yourself when you're born. They give yourself to the county. So basically the government owns you. Not technically, not physically, but they created a fictional character called, or let's just say a virtual character called a straw man or your corporate entity. But I was looking at a lot of stuff along the lines with this, and this is how the whole thing, how the system works. Because and I'm going to explain this very slowly. The thing with the police, a lot of people, a bit of people are starting to realize that the system only works on statutes and codes. If I'm saying the word right, so pardon me, you probably know what I'm talking about. Police only go by certain guidelines. There's certain rules that the police go by within the system. And a lot of people are starting to see that they're using the very idea against them. But in a more, it's like, and keep in mind, I want to emphasize this. I don't hear a lot of people talk about this. We all created this stuff in spirit. I know we could sit there and be against somebody. We could call the bankers or the government evil people. But we all created this stuff. This whole thing, this whole big arena between dealing with the police, the government, and all that, it's all part of a game. It's just the experience, being human. But we all created that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm starting to see people using this, it's basically using the rules, or let's say you align yourself up with knowledge and, reversing things back on the police. For example, a police asks you, I've been seeing a lot of clips about this, police will ask you, they want to stop, if they stop you, they want to see your ID, people say, no, I don't consent to show you my ID, and the police try to give some cause, but then people start to say, oh, did I commit any crime? Police says no, but it's gone by, how you call it? It's just going by, well, we're just doing a random check, or we've been hearing somebody, or we've got reports someone with your description, and we just want to check we want to check your ID to see if you're a felon. And a lot of people are starting to understand this more and more, starting to wake up, even though we created this game. But a lot of people are starting to wake up and say, you know what? You're going to go by your rights, right? Your rights here in the U.S., the actual, you're going to go by the common law, okay, that you're a sovereign being. And you're going to use different things, kind of like a reverse back on the police. And you tell the police, what probable cause that you have for you to stop me? What crime that I committed? The police not going to have an answer. Some police will be persistent about it. I start to realize that. And then you start to be persistent, and you don't give in. Some police start to act very unprofessional. Some police remain the same attitude, but the police is only going by the rules that it's been told by the lawmakers. The lawmakers, the actual puppet masters. The police is basically a puppet. That's all it is. They're only going by its protocol, its procedure. So yeah, so now a lot of people starting to crack the code and understand the whole game. Okay? And I see a lot of people they'll tell the police straight up, after a 5-minute back and forth, when the police say, I want to see your ID, and you say no. What crime did I commit? And then you come out whatever state you're from. If in this state such and such, I'm not allowed, I don't have to show you my ID. And I see all this, right? And, it's great to see that. It's great to see people starting to stand up, starting to affirm who you are, and not give in with the intimidation with these authorities. We created these positions, but nobody has any authority over you. I do talk about that it's not meant for another being. I emphasize that a lot in my clips. It is not meant for another human being to have another authority over another human being. But it doesn't matter if it's a human being or not. It's just that it's just consciousness. Consciousness creates an idea to have authority over itself, but then there's a conflict with that. So you're saying to yourself after you just heard what I just said, you say this doesn't make no sense. Why would God, or source of life, or consciousness, you say, why would it do it? Why would consciousness do that? It will contradict itself. Because consciousness can. This stuff that I could tell you that your mind, the human mind won't be able to comprehend. But because I know every one of you are more than human, you're spiritual beings. And I feel that I could say these things and not sit there and give a damn what anybody thinks I'm crazy. Consciousness creates all kinds of stuff, all kinds of experience. Experience that's twisted and experience that's joyful. A friend of mine is telling me, that consciousness doesn't really know nothing. Meaning, how to say this carefully? Meaning, consciousness is not really so egotistic, even though the ego is part of consciousness, but the full thing with consciousness is a stream of I ams. Or let's just say, consciousness is a stream of amness. Okay? Consciousness is like an easy flow. So if you're going to put yourself in a position to say, I am this and I am that, you're going to align yourself into a particular experience that you choose. But because you are consciousness, you're going to line yourself up with different experiences. So anyway, to go back with the police, I was like, I say to myself, I look at all this, I say, you know what? This is a great You know, this whole thing that people understand about this, that they're sovereign beings here in the U.S., people understand, and I'm starting to do my research in this since my higher self from within, which is consciousness, source of life, God, whatever you call it, since I'm aligning myself within this part of the experience of being human, I'm getting something out of it. I am going along with the ride with this experience. At the same time, I'm still able to see past all the stuff, but I'm seeing this. I'm going through this experience because even though I place myself in the human experience, at the same time, I am an how you call it? I am an observer. I am observing all this, and you know, it's like I was just telling my friend of mine, like, you know, it's so many things I'm starting to understand about just the whole idea of being human. It's the confirmation of knowing who you are in the physical plane. So a lot of people going through this route here in the U.S. to claim or to say that you are a sovereign being. You know, so you're gonna go about different things with different knowledge and everything, with laws and the common laws, or you're gonna call it the uncommon laws. But you know, you recognize yourself as you're a natural man. Here in the U.S., I'm starting to realize that people are starting to grow with numbers to say that I am a natural man. I'm not attached to the corporate entity that the U.S. government, the bankrupt corporation, created, attached to my birth certificate. So to go with the police, yeah, the police falls under the corporation of America. It only goes by the rules that the corporate America goes by. So the puppet master is corporate America, okay, funded by these banks. The banks is keeping corporate America afloat because, again, how I'm saying this correctly, the corporation's bankrupt, but you're just a property. But you did it by choice. But now humanity is starting to see an out. You're starting to see an out. So now you're going to do certain procedures to claim your sovereignty. So now you understand how you can unplug yourself out of the system, this matrix system that we built. And the police are simply agents doing the puppet master's bidding, because the police sworn an oath. They only have to go by the rules of the puppet master suggests. It's an agreement that the police officer had. So they're sworn an oath, you know, and their police academy on graduation, you know. So yeah, a lot of you starting to understand. A lot of you are basically throwing it right back at the police. You are acknowledging you aligning yourself with knowledge. Now, you know, again, this is good. This is a good step for humanity, especially here in America. I got to tell you this. I feel like I have to say this, but you know, I just don't want to make it like I'm knocking down the progress that humanity is going through. You know, I understand that humanity is a transitional state, you know, and yeah, you're gonna go by certain steps. You know, the certain beings from different dimensions are gonna look at this stuff like, wow, this is really slow. But it's okay, because humanity is going through a transitional state. Okay, you're gonna go by doing things one at a time. I feel that I still have in my heart that I have to share this, especially when it comes dealing with the police or corporate America or these banks or whatever powers that be a lot of us prop up. You know, I want to touch on the police. I feel in my heart that, instead of playing chess with the police, and you align yourself with knowledge that you could basically checkmate the police. Okay, it's fun. I know. I got it. It's fun to do that. It's fun to have the police walk away from you, right? Or it's fun to go to court, right, and have a judge basically walk off. It's bench. It's fun. I know. I understand that. I agree. It's fun. And again, I'm going to emphasize. I know this is a step in the right direction for humanity. All of this stuff is an experience. All of it to affirm who you are, to affirm that you are freedom, to affirm that you are power. And you created the idea, right, and created these functions that these people observe by choice, to give you a heavy suggestion that they have some significant power over you all along. But actuality, behind the scenes, no matter what public official or no matter what police officer or no matter what group, some secret group that you feel like is holding the keys or dictating your life, none of those things has any power over you. None. But now you're starting to see that. You open your eyes now. And it's great news. Well, I want to say this, but get to my point why I create this, okay? My thing is, instead of dealing with the police and dealing with these court buildings, just shut the whole shit down. Shut it down. We don't have to, there's options. We have options, everybody, okay? Deep down, you know this. We have options, okay? We don't have to be confronted by police. Police is being funded by a corporation, but then you have to look at it this way. This is very strange. The country's bankrupt. The corporation's bankrupt. So how do the police is able to maintain its position, right? It's through those greenbacks that we talk about. Yeah, those Federal Reserve notes. The Federal Reserve notes is that keeps the police running. We got to do something different. We got to really unplug the police stations. Yeah, we got to unplug the state police, the local police, these marshals, these sheriffs, the FBI, U.S. Customs, every single law enforcement. We got to pull the plug. I mean, we could sit there and play chess with these police officers all day. You know, I know it's fun to do that. Some situation doesn't work. Some people find themselves in jail. But my thing is that why, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to, I'm going to my heart here because, you know, I look at this as a step in the right direction for people, okay? They're standing up for themselves. But then I still say to myself, people don't have to deal with police. People could easily put the police out of business. You could literally ship the police out of your reality. Now, a lot of people would say, oh, no, we need police. And then you're going to come up with all the facts that you're going to throw at me. Oh, my gosh, all these children being raped. And my mother and father and my son and daughter got murdered and stuff like that. You know, everybody, you got to stick with your facts. Okay, I know humanity loves to hold facts. You see, on one hand, you want to hold facts about all the stuff to justify, to hold on to a particular idea. And on the other hand, right, you're conflicting with the very idea that, you know, that's holding you back by choice. You know, deep down inside, you know the idea of police is ineffective. You know that. It's a very egotistic structure. It doesn't really bring any peace, or it doesn't really connect with the community. You all know that. Police, like I told you in my earlier clip, police operate on fear, just like government. You know, that's what keeps the government circulating. It's like blood for the government or the police. It needs fear to operate. So what do you got to do? You know, I mean, yeah, we've been through this story. We got civil rights leaders marching down with protesting and all that. We got the fight the power. We got that stuff too down packed. But then, what are you doing to shift the idea altogether out of your reality? What are you doing? Yeah, I feel that in my heart, I like the end game. I don't like to play chess with an idea that I don't really prefer. Unless I'm getting something out of it. And again, like I was saying earlier, unless this is my own physical confirmation to say that I am power, and I'm dealing with a police officer, and I suddenly align or understand my power through and through, even though I was temporarily asleep, to play along that the police have power over me. But now I woke up, and now I am affirming to myself, to my higher self, that I am power. So I'm going to constantly do this with the police officers every single time. I'm going to make this short and sweet on this. I'm repeating myself here. Shut the damn police stations down. Shut the damn thing down. All right? And I'm not talking about hurting those people. I'm not talking about burning the building down. I mean, if you want to burn the building down when it's vacant, okay, fine, whatever. But shut the damn thing down. I'm going to tell you this, all right? I'm going to say this. This is I have to express my heart here. The police, with all its reinforcements and all that, doesn't have any power over you. You want to shut down the police, you got to do something to the source of it. It's the greenbacks. How you call it? Defund? If you want to defund the service, do it. There's ways going about it. But I feel like a lot of people want to play patty cake with the police officer. Okay, if you want to play patty cake, okay. Play patty cake. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm looking at all this afar, and I'm saying to myself, I just have to go with the truth. The truth, how I feel about this. Truth is over facts. You can come to me about all the facts as to why you need police for your protection, because you're afraid. And that's the very reason why we created police in the first place, because we decided to be afraid. So I want to go to this. What's the truth behind all this? What's the truth? The truth is, I am afraid. You want to come up with the facts to basically say to yourself, to justify why you need police, why you need to have these court bills. You know these court bills are corrupt. You know these court officials have no interest for you. A lot of you starting to realize that now. You know the government has no interest towards you. The government, a lot of you starting to realize this now, the government looks at you as you're just a piece of property. Or like I say, the bank look at you that you're just nothing but a cattle. Or you're like I was saying just a minute ago, you're a piece of furniture. That's all you are. But you did it by choice. But now you're starting to realize that, hey, I'm a sovereign being. Okay? You want to say that you are a human being. Okay, fine. You want to do that route? Fine. I'm just saying, as a multidimensional being, you're more than human. But this is the step that humans need. You need to go this route. You need to go the route to affirm that who you are. On the human level. So you're going to tell the judge, you're going to tell the police, okay, that I am not part of the fictitious character, which is the corporate entity that's attached to your birth certificate. Your name, that's all capitals. That's not really you. That's not your natural you. That your name is all in caps. So the police department and the courts and all these bureaucrats, all that, they only recognize you by your name, by your name all in caps. So you're going to take control of your straw man. That's what it's called. That's another name for the corporate entity. Once you take powers away from the corporate America, that's it. They can't even process you. You're not even a credit bureau. The credit bureau won't even recognize you no more once you cut yourself off of the system. So yeah, this is a step that humanity is choosing to go by. But again, in my heart, I feel like I can't stop to express myself. I need to inspire. I always want to talk about we have options. You know, I just want to say, just shut the damn thing down. Shut it down. Shut down the state police, shut down the local police, shut down the sheriff's departments, the marshals, the FBI, the U.S. Customs, the secret ops, CIA. Shut the damn shit down. Shut it down. For those that really want to get it over with and not have to deal with this shit, not have to feel like you have to be stopped, shut it down. Use your power. You already woken up. You're waking up to affirm who you are, right? Here in the U.S. You're starting to put the pieces together. Even though you created the game, and even though you are the actual game master. So you understanding the rules, so you're cracking your own code. So I'm a being within consciousness as well, to say, you know what? Let's take this further than that. Shut the damn thing down. Not by being a victim. Don't go about being a victim. Go about in a certain way that you are power, and that you will go at great length to shut the damn thing down. Get together, everybody. Understand that you are power. Understand that you are love. Understand that you are bliss, and that you are joy. And that you don't have to play patty cake with the CIA or the state police or the FBI. You don't got to play chess with them. Just shut the damn thing down. And that includes the damn court buildings. You understand that judges don't have no power on you. You know this now. All I'm saying to you, everybody, in your heart of heart, the truth is, you want to live your life blissful. But a lot of you want to attach on to the facts. Oh my gosh, you know how many children that's been molested? You know how many my mother and father have been murdered? You know what? I'm going to say this, and this is not going to make sense to the human mind. I am not afraid of nobody. I'm not going to give that excuse to I'm not going to give that excuse to myself to keep an idea of a police, right, to protect me. I am not afraid. You see, I am empowered to create chaos, and I am empowered to create bliss, a blissful life. I am empowered to create that, and so are you. I'm not afraid about that. I don't die. I'm not afraid if somebody threatens me. I'm not. I mean, if I want to defend myself, I'll defend myself. But I'm not afraid. I'm just not afraid. It's my choice to defend myself. If I don't defend myself, I won't defend myself physically. All I'm trying to tell you is that I'm not afraid. Things happen for a reason. Things happen for a reason. If your child gets molested, the child got molested because it's all part of the plan. Yeah, it don't make no sense. I'm crazy to say that. Yeah, I am. You think all this stuff that goes around this world that seems so twisted, you think that it's by coincidence? You think that it's some outside entity is doing all that and you have no control? We have all the control. We all do. We just play the game that we don't have no control. No matter what happened to your loved ones, they will never die. They will live always. This does require a lot of people to evolve fully. But I see that in spirit. I see that in spirit. You think that fear is your friend? Fear is not your friend. It's an experience. Like anything in life. You choose to experience anything that you want. I'm just telling you the truth. This is the truth now. You can take what I'm saying or leave it. Fear has never been your friend, and it will never be your friend. Fear will bring you down. As long as you observe the idea of fear, it will keep you there. As long as you want. If you want to stay in fear, everybody, you're going to observe a life that represents fear, like police or people doing certain things to you. Yeah. I tell you this all the time. A lot of things that happen in this world, no matter what dimension, but in this dimension, for example, a lot of things happen in spiritual. But the one that's in ultimate control is you. You attract things. So if you want to hold on to fear, it's going to bring you down. You understand? I know you understand me in spirit. I'm talking to you in spirit, and I'm also chatting with your human level. But spiritually, ultimately, you will understand what I'm saying. Fear will keep you down as long as you want. And that is the truth. You got to look at all of this. I mean, honestly, look at all this. You understand the mechanism, how this whole thing works. Come on, everybody. You know police only operates on fear. Fuck the idea of protection. Fuck that. You know they operate in fear. And not only that, they profit off of you. Yeah, they make money off of you. They put you in prison. They're making money off of you. That's another paradigm of itself. But they make money off of you. It's part of the game. The game seems complex on Earth, but not really. You gotta look at the patterns of how all this works. Once you understand the patterns of how all this stuff works, it's like a video game. Look at the game of life on Earth like a video game. It goes by patterns. Okay, you agree to be a corporate entity. So you're going to follow by choice the rules of the corporation until you say to yourself, I am going to unplug myself out of the matrix system so the police and the government, the corporation and the judge, they can't do shit to you because you gave yourself an out. You unplug yourself. The police only go by statute and codes and shit. That's it. It's like Agent Smith. Agent Smith is very limited. It only goes by the rules. But you're able to bend the rules. You can do what the fuck you want. Sorry to curse you, but I gotta be frank here. I gotta be straightforward. You understand that the police officers are very limited. They are a mouthpiece to the lawmakers. And the lawmakers are being backed up by the banks. So you're playing their game. It's good. You're reversing the table. Love it. Beautiful. Beautiful. I applaud everybody. I applaud everybody to tell the judge and put it right in the judge's face, and the judge walks out. I applaud you. I applaud everybody. The police, everything. The police goes away in the squad, goes right back in the squad car. When you tell the police, am I free to go? The police have no choice. What are they going to do? All I'm saying to you, everybody, you want to go forward, like advance forward to go to the next step? Shut the damn thing down. Pull the plug. That's it. Pull the plug on the court system. Pull the plug on the... Once you pull the plug on the court system, right, the police also goes with it. Same thing with the military. Pull the plug. But also this all goes back to you, like I've been saying in all my clips. As long as you hold on to the idea of fear, it will keep you down as long as you want. You see, that's how powerful you are. You are literally power. You are power to have the idea of fear to bombard you. You're going to allow this energy of fear to trump over you. Yeah. That's how powerful you are, everybody. So you're playing the game to be powerless. So you could grab the idea of fear, this energy, and relocate it to somewhere, to another reality. That's how powerful you are. That's it. That's the truth, everybody. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I'm not afraid to speak my heart out to everybody. I'm not. You got to do something different. You got to do something unconventional different. You got to do things that don't make no sense to your head. You know? You got to see the truth of all things. There's fear and money, a lack mentality of money. So the police is making money off of people. Lawmakers create laws, right? They make money off of that when you break the law. And when you break the law, right, they pocket it in. The laws that they make go to the stock market. I'm starting to align myself and dabble on all the information that I'm aligning myself with. And I find it truly amazing. This game that we created, it's amazing. It's hard for me. I could be upset, but overall, I find it hilarious. I really do. It's hilarious. The prison institution here in the United States is making billions or trillions of dollars. I don't know, but they're making a lot of money. That's why they're making a lot of laws out. A lot of people on YouTube talk about a police state. A lot of people feel like they're afraid. I'm like, I mean, I laugh about it because people talk about, oh my gosh, we got to be prepared. You know, the police state. We got to do something quickly. So, you know, it's all drama. It's all part of the drama. But yeah, you see, you gone about this with an urgency that, oh, we got to do something about it before it's too late. Or the police, you know, the United States is becoming more of a police state. But then, if you look outside of all this, you created the police state. You created all that. I'm going to tell you this, everybody. I'm going to say this. How many people, okay, how many people are going to actually say what I just say? How many people are going to own it and say, yeah, I created this whole game. Yeah, I created the straw man. I created the idea that I entered this human body, okay, all right, Or you could say I was born in a human body. For those that hasn't reincarnated into the human body at a certain age later after birth. Me, I got reincarnated into this body at the age of 6, in this body, when this body was 6 years old. But let's just say you was birthed into the human experience right from the start. So yeah, you created the whole game in spirit. Birth certificate, Social Security, all that. How many of you are going to actually own it? Take the responsibility and say, yes, I created all of this. And I created this suspense, this drama, that we got to do something to stop them. This police state or these corporations. And this idea that the corporation, let's say United States, the corporate America, is going to plant this chip. Or I heard stories about China is working with the U.S. corporation, whatever, about a chip being injected into people. That way you could be tracked. You created all that too. How many of you are going to own that? You actually think that there's a separation? That there's an entity, a separate entity that's doing something to you? No. This goes back. And yes, maybe I am challenging all the spiritual gurus and all the people that claim to be spiritual. I'm challenging you because I'm pushing you higher, because I know what you're capable of. I know you know the truth of this. All the spiritual gurus, all of that. You talk about the people that the Federal Reserve banks and all that. These people are evil, right? Evil people. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say this to all the spiritual gurus. Those evil people are you, and you are them. You got to understand what consciousness is. Consciousness, the truth of life, okay? And I'm not going by any Bible here, okay? Nor am I a religious character. I'm going by the truth of life. The truth of life is that consciousness is made of all things. All things. That means the baddest corrupted individual around. You are connected with that person. That person is you, and you are that person. But I got to say this. You know, in this human experience, for example, we're going to go along with this, that yes, there's an evil people that's part of the corporate America, and we got to do something about that. Look, by you going about this, there's really nobody to judge you. There's nothing above you that's going to judge you. Your consciousness. Consciousness is within you. Consciousness is within the most corrupted individual. But I know it's hard to hear that for somebody, especially as somebody that's a religion. If you observe religion, faith, it's hard to hear this, what I'm saying. Because you think that there's a separation from somebody that's corrupt. But it's not. But you could play that experience. You could go along with the experience that there's a separation of you and another human being that's trying to control you. Yeah, do that. All I'm telling you is the truth of all life. All I'm telling you is that I am nudging you to take a step higher, to go beyond it, to own it, to say, look, everything as one. Everything is as one. Now I'm going to add this. Life is truly vast. Okay? Life is vast. You could observe many experiences you want. You could shift into a reality that's blissful. You could shift into a reality that's chaos. And you got to be the freedom fighter. Or you got to be like the character from Hunger Games. And you got to defeat the Capitol. Whatever. You could do that. It's not that somebody above is judging you and that you're a horrible person. No. No, 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 no. All I'm just telling you that there's things beyond the stuff that we seem to be fixated on. Like the corrupt cop, corrupted judges, right? Corrupted bankers, all that. There's things beyond that. So yeah, I'm going to challenge the spiritual gurus, all that. Again, the reason why I'm challenging everybody, I mean, it's not just the spiritual gurus, but anybody. Because your consciousness, and because all of you are consciousness, you know the truth about life. And that's why I'm taking the time out to do this clip. You can see past the separation. You can see past the religion faith that you created. You can see past all that. I'm just nudging you. I'm just inspiring you. That's all I am. That's what all I'm about. I am a being within consciousness to inspire people. I am playing my role. I know who I am. I can play the game, right? I can play the game to regain control of this straw man. As I'm looking into this game further and further. Yeah, I can play that game. But that doesn't make me lesser or lesser spiritual. No. But at least, see, while I'm playing this game, I am aware, I am fully aware that there's things beyond this. But because I am freedom, I could choose to go along with this experience. Because I'm going along with this experience, this whole thing about being a sovereign being. I mean, I don't need to tell anybody I'm a sovereign being. I mean, I don't need to do that. But if I want to do that, I'll do it. Shucks. I'll do it. I don't have to, because I know who I am. I'm consciousness. Just like you all consciousness. You don't have to fight for your rights, but if you want to, go ahead. But that doesn't mean that you're lesser. And that doesn't mean just because I'm expressing about vastness of life, that doesn't mean I'm better than you. It doesn't mean I know more than you. All the spiritual gurus and everybody place themselves as victims, no matter who you are. Even the people that don't want to hear any of this stuff or don't want to know the truth of things. All of you know the truth of life. Every single one of you. There is not a single living being of creation of consciousness. You could be a rock. You could be a damn boulder on top of a mountain, and you will still know the truth of life. You could be a tree, and you know the truth of life. You could be a bunny, okay, or a rabbit. You know the truth of life. You could be a dog. You could be a cat. You could be a grasshopper. You could be a damn cloud in the sky. You know the truth of life. Because consciousness is connected to everything. And once you say that to yourself, through the human experience, right there, boom. You are in a God level. That's what I call it. Once you're fully aware through and through that everything is connected to you and there's no separation, and that you are choosing, okay, by your choice now, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, you are choosing a particular experience, and that you know that you can get out of your experience anytime you want. I'm just telling you I'm just telling you the truth, especially about fear. Fear will keep you down as long as you hold on to it. It will keep you down because it's an experience. Fear is not your friend. That's the truth. You got to look at all the paradigms that we created that represents fear. Look what it does. But we all created that stuff. So if you could sit there, listen to my clip, and say to yourself deep down inside, beneath your ego and beneath your victim mentality, right? If you could say to yourself, yeah, I created all this. I understand now. I'm fully aware that I am choosing my experience. And even though I'm choosing my experience, it doesn't mean that I'm lesser spiritually. Or it doesn't mean that I'm more than the next person, because the next person is you. The next person is you, and you are that person. There's so many dimensions with consciousness. There's endless realities. You could shift the idea of police into another reality. You could shift a court system into another reality. I was speaking firm, with a very firm voice to shut the damn thing down. Or you could say shift the damn thing, whatever. You have power to do that. I'm just nudging you. I'm inspiring you. That is one of my main roles why I came to Earth. Just want to express this, everybody. I'm learning more and more about this straw man, about corporate America. It is very amusing, though. It is twisted, all that, everything about the Crown Corporation, about England, the inner city of London, and all these bankers. This the whole paradigm that's been around for centuries, the banking system. It is very humorous, though. It's very twisted, but humorous. But I know who I am. I know I put it together, and I know I could take it apart. But, you know, humanity is going through a step. It's a step in the right direction. Whether it's right or wrong, it's a step. That's all. You're just affirming on a human level. You are affirming that you are power in the human level. That's why a lot of people are attaching the idea of sovereign. You're a sovereign being. Okay. Maybe I don't know the definitions fully because I didn't look into it. Whatever. I don't care. I want to say that you are consciousness. You are source of all creation. That means you are much more than this world. This rock that you're standing on. Whether if you think you're standing on a rock or whether you think you're standing on an illusion. Whatever it is, dimension or whatever, you are much more than your surroundings. You are a source of all creation. There is nothing to top that. That's it. So, but anyway, I just have to express this, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did, though. I really am. Okay, everybody, I will be back for part 47. Take care.